What's up, everybody? Welcome to Millbrook, Alabama. This is the city where I live in. Home sweet home. Southern style fried chicken. Welcome to my little piece of Alabama, Millbrook. Let's go for a little ride and I'll show you guys what it's like out here in the Millbrook. Go for a little ride through Millbrook. Here we have Ingram's, which is a really nice little, kind of like a barbecue place. Kind of like a little barbecue place. And they sell flowers and trees and stuff too. You can see in the distance, you can see the mountain ranges from Wetumpka. Way off into the distance, way over there, you can kind of see it. And in Millbrook, you get some good views, not everywhere, but you know, here and there, sporadically, you get some nice little. At least little hills. I wouldn't call them mountains. A little hill place. We've looked at the definition of mountain, and it's pretty open definition. If you consider it a mountain, then it's a mountain. If you consider it a hill, then it's a hill. It's a Sunday, so it's kind of slow here today. This is a new, it's kind of like an auto shop place that they're opening here. Zoom out a little bit. It's a new auto shop. They have one across the street, but they need to expand it a little bit. And then we're also going to run into some residential neighborhoods. I'm just going to show you guys these shopping centers. And then from here we'll hop over into some residential. You guys can see some homes and stuff in the area. I love Millbrook, which is in North Georgia. And which is a little bit of North Carolina, not a whole lot. People ask me, what I think about that area. I wouldn't trade it for the area I live in now. That's for a fact. I wouldn't trade where I live now for that. Prices on that side are twice as much as here, though. Notice there's a little Mexican store. There's a little Chinese store. There's also a Mexican restaurant, and there's this hardware store here. A Tractor Supply and a hardware store here. So we got everything we need. Nothing over the top, just the basic needs of life. Millbrook is 5% Latino. It has one of the best places to live in Alabama, according to statistics. Road Snacks, which is a pretty good website. They're pretty close. They're pretty dead on. According to them, Millbrook, Alabama is one of the best places to live in Alabama, one of the best incomes in Alabama, and one of the highest Latino percentages in Alabama. 5% is not a lot, but for Alabama it is. So it's not a bad place. It's got a little. It's rated good for diversity. Being in Alabama and all. So even Road Snacks tells you it's a good place. I think Road Snacks thinks it's better than I do, and I live here. So I'm not awfully impressed by Millbrook where I live, but it is nice. It's not bad. I mean, it's definitely not Port Royal and Naples, that's for sure. But I like it. It's nothing special, but it works for me. The affordability of this place for a suburban feel is incredible. You can't beat it anywhere. That's why I ended up here after 2 years of research. So I knew that this was a metropolitan area where you can get the most affordability. It's a beautiful day to be out. I'm about to tour a nice little residential area with beautiful homes. I try not to make too many videos in Millbrook because I live here, and I try to be kind of low-key as much as possible. I don't want to interfere with the immediate place that I live in. I just want to kind of be in the background, but every once in a while I'll upload a Millbrook video, and they do pretty good. It's a very country place, very rural. I've worked for a lot of people from Arizona, Texas, Florida, a lot of people from Georgia that are moving in and out of this area. People either move in or move out to those places. There's kind of like a back and forth movement between, Georgia, Texas, those states like that. Virginia is very, very common here, especially since there's a lot of military. A lot of people go back and forth between Virginia, Colorado, are the ones you see the most out here. It's a beautiful place. I mean, look at this house right here. It's just beautifully landscaped, nice rolling hills. Millbrook is pretty, and it's very affordable. The people are extraordinarily friendly, laid back. There's barely any traffic here. You're 15 minutes from 20 to 15 minutes from downtown Montgomery. You're about a little bit over an hour to the city of Birmingham, and an hour from the suburbs of Birmingham, which are amazing places. So this area has really got a lot going for it. I did really well by landing here. And like I said, I just toured Murphy, North Carolina. I just toured Blue Ridge, LJ, Blairsville, that whole area of North Georgia. I wasn't all that impressed by that area at all. And the prices there are about twice what they are here, which is kind of like, okay. And you can get mountain views in this part of Alabama. We have, little areas where there's good views. So there are little hilly areas where if you want a hill view, you can get it. There's a house right now in Wetumpka, which is sold for about $400,000 with an incredible mountain view. If that was on the Georgia side, it'd be about $650, $700. So I don't know. I didn't really feel the area too much. It's got more diversity. The little town of Blairsville, I think it has 2 restaurants that are Cuban. We don't have any here. Like, Alabama's probably not for everybody. That's the other thing about Alabama. It probably isn't for everyone. Like, if you're from a big city, it probably isn't. It's going to be too slow paced for you. And you're probably going to have some communication issues with the locals, so you might just find somewhere bigger. But the crazy thing is, today I'm going to do some videos on the east side of Montgomery, where you can move in from New York or California, land there, and you'll fit right in. But like, once you get to these little kind of rural country towns and suburbs and stuff, that's a whole different story. But I love it here, and it's home. Good people, friendly, laid back, good jobs, good incomes. That's the other thing about Millbrook. It's got some of the highest incomes in Alabama. They're building a new house right here, and it's kind of hilly here. We got a little bit. You got a little bit of up and down. They're building a new house right here. Really nice new house going on. Back in Southwest Florida, where I'm from, it's becoming a very common thing for people to steal building materials off of new construction sites. Sheet of plywood is going for $90, $80, $70 at the stores. People are selling them on the street for $30 because they're stealing them from construction sites. So it's just horrible how much crime there is down there. And I know when it comes to crime rates, Millbrook doesn't have the lowest crime rate, so that's pretty high. It's got a pretty bad score on crime rate, but it's not in these little suburban areas. So if you move into a place like this, your crime concern is going to be absolutely minimal. Most of the crime concern is going to be within the poor neighborhoods of the city, along the main roads, which you're not going to be there at night or nothing, And also that this is a very heavily patrolled area, and I can't stress enough how this is a very well patrolled area, so they catch up a lot more crime, and the cops are very possibly intrusive. They really do a thorough job of what they do here in Millbrook, which I love that, because I come from a place where crime is prevalent, and I got sick and tired of dealing with crime, and not only crime, but law enforcement's inability to address the problem. We're here. I can guarantee you, if you make a crime here, it's going to be a very thorough investigation, and they're going to go after it. And I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I've had it with living in places with high crime prevalence in South Florida. Not only that, but the inability of law enforcement to pursue those crimes and to have any meaningful power to make it stop and make the people that are doing it go away. Therefore, even though on paper there's a higher crime rate here, I feel like it's safer all the way around. And now what is more prevalent here is, if you're going out at night, you definitely have to be more careful here at night. I've noticed that for sure. So if you're going out at night, here's a serious thing. I always carry it with me. I didn't have to do that back in Florida, but then again, you're part of a metropolitan area that's a little bit bigger, so it's kind of comes with the package. But overall, if you're back in one of these little neighborhoods like this, there's no crime concern in these communities. I mean, you're really not going to have like actual crime concerns or getting, robbed or broken into. That doesn't happen. I mean, in fact, you go into some of the suburbs of Atlanta, real nice suburbs of Atlanta, and houses have metal bars on the air conditioners, metal bars on the windows. You don't have any of that here. So I know on paper it looks like there's a lot of crime here in Millbrook, but like I said, that's going to be concentrated around the main roads and poor neighborhoods. If you're in a place like this, you'll be all right. Like, seriously, you really will. So. All right, guys. So that's a nice little tour of Millbrook, Alabama, the area that I live in. I think one of the real downsides of Millbrook, other than what appears to be on paper, in actuality, one of the downsides of this place is gonna be that there's no like historic town center where you can go to. Like Prattville has it, Wetumpka has it. Millbrook doesn't have that historic town center, and I think they're gonna have to find a way to invest into maybe putting up 3 or 4 little buildings that look historic to give the downtown a more appropriate look, because that's really one of the reasons Millbrook just doesn't have that draw that other places have. But it's nonetheless, in the residential neighborhoods, a great place to be. All right, check it out. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And that's my regional place where I live. Thank you so much for being here with us. Shout out to everybody watching in Alabama. Love you. Stay out of trouble.